Mom's Kitchen. How is everybody out there today? Good, I hope. I'm just getting over a cold caught from my granddaughter, but doing much better. So I thought homemade gifts are really nice to give. So I thought we'd do some chocolate covered cherries this time. Do some in milk chocolate, and then well, I've already done those, and I'll show you the outcome. But we'll also do it now in dark chocolate. You know, when I was many years ago when I was young, I thought there was so much involved in candy making, and I never realized it's so easy to make. So that's what we're going to do, and I'm going to show you. Okay. I want to give a big shout out to my great niece. She's only 7. Her name's Bella. You might have seen her on Facebook as Chef Bella. She loves to bake and do things in the kitchen. Well, my sister told me yesterday that that's all she wants to watch on TV now is my videos. I thought that was so sweet. That really made my day. Okay, well, let's get started. All right, we're going to start off with a 1/4 cup of butter, unsalted. Okay, and you want to use your stand mixer with a paddle. I'll just set this over here. All right, now I noticed in the grocery store the other day, you know those boxes of cherries you used to get, Queen Anne's or Cellos or whatever. I see now that you only get 10 in a box for like $5. But have you ever been into one and there wasn't a lot of liquid in it? It was like more of like a dry fondant. The thing is, the reason why that happens, a lot of people thinking automatically they're old and stuff. But what happens is there's a trick to this. When you make them, each day that you give them, it's going to help it to liquefy. And it takes a good few weeks. You know how you enjoy when you bite into it, all that liquid that just comes right out of it? Well, you don't have to use this, but I do. It's invertase. It's an enzyme. It speeds up that process. Okay? And just make sure I haven't forgotten anything. It liquefies the sugar and it speeds up the process of the sugar, which is obviously sucrose, right? And then this interface, it turns the sugar, the sucrose, into fructose and glucose, commonly known as your sugar syrup. Pretty cool, huh? All right, so like I said, the trick is you have to give it time. The longer it sits, and it's got to sit at room temperature, the more it's going to liquefy, okay? And you're wondering, well, gosh, how will I know when they're ready? Well, after a few days, bite into one. That's how you tell it. You test them. Yum, yum. Okay? And make sure when they're all made, do not put them in the refrigerator. And also, do not freeze them. They cannot go in the cold. It will cause them to crack and expand. All right? So very important. When they're all done and made, keep them at room temperature and just put them in a nice covered container. I will show you what I've done. Now, I made one batch already of the chocolate cherry cordial cherries, and I used milk chocolate. And I just got a cute little Christmas container. And I bought these little tiny little mini cupcake muffin liners. And then I just put them right in here. And that held 12 this size. Okay. They make about 40 per batch. Just put the lid on it tight. And then if you don't want to go with that many in one, well, just get a smaller one. And this holds 8. And these are cute little tins. They only costed $1 for these little smaller ones and $4 for that larger one. All right. And They have, like, as you can see, different designs. Like I said, I did 40 of them. And then put the lid on tight, let them sit on your counter. And then I have a few batches here that I'm going to try here and there. And the chocolate that I used for it was Giraldi's milk chocolate, Girardelli's, I mean. And it's been sitting at the counter, but you can save the leftover chocolate and then just heat it down in the double boiler I use instead of the microwave. And speaking of that, you want to make sure you get everything all set up, get everything that you need. And I only put an inch or two, oh dear, an inch or two of water in this pan because if you use another pan on top, a bowl or whatever to make your double boiler, you just want to make sure whatever you use for the top vessel, it does not touch the water inside the pan, okay? And you don't want to let it come to a boil. Just do it on low, and then that heat from the steam and stuff will start melting your chocolate, okay? So I've got that double boiler all set up. I got everything out that I need, the corn syrup, my cherries. Another little trick is take your cherries. You're going to need 40 of them to do a batch, all right? And you want to take them out the night before, and I set them on a paper towel. Well, I had them all spread out here on the counter and really spaced them good, all right? And that way, you want to make sure they're dry because when you end up putting the fondant around it, you don't want it wet, all right? So we have our cherries all dried, set to go. The corn syrup. Save your cherry juice because you're going to need a couple tablespoons of that to put in to help make your fondant and give it that pretty pink color. And don't throw the rest of the cherry juice away. That comes in handy for quite a few different things. You pour a little bit on your ham that you have them for Christmas with your brown sugar, pineapple glaze and stuff. Or you can save it and make the kids like a holiday drink. Just, how my husband has made every year for Thanksgiving and Christmas. He gets these different mixed cans of fruit and some other kinds of fruit, drains it, saves the juice from that, puts it in a big pitcher, dumps all the cherry juice in because he buys bananas and grapes and cherries and stuff like that and cuts up to put it in when he's making his fruit salad. But he saves the juice from everything, dumps it all in. Then we just add like a big 2-liter bottle of ginger ale and stir that up good. And then we jiff it up differently with different kinds of sherbet. But this last year for Thanksgiving, all we could find was rainbow sherbet, so that's what we used. Kids love it. So don't throw your cherry juice away, okay? And like I said, inner vase. Some people use coconut oil and stuff, but make sure however you do, make sure you give it time. All right. And I use almond extract. You're going to need 3 cups of confectionery powdered sugar. And for the dark chocolate, this is a really good brand, Girardelli's. I'm using the dark chocolate flavored Melton wafers this time, okay? Now the milk chocolate ones, it was Girardelli's, but it was just the premium bacon milk chocolate chips. You could go with the semi-sweet chocolate chips. The only thing is you would have to temper that. Now, what do you mean tempering? Well, again, in your double boiler, for every cup of chocolate chips, you want to use a tablespoon of shortening, the oil to help smooth and blend it together and everything, okay? Make it come together. And then afterwards, when it's just all completely melted, you can add in the rest of the chocolate that you didn't put in and stir that all up good and it'll melt up real nice. All right, now let's get on to making this. All right, like I said, you want to use your stand mixer with a paddle. I put in a quarter cup of butter. We're going to use 1 tablespoon of corn syrup. Okay. Excuse me a second. I didn't quite. Hold on 1 second. Let me see if that was. Okay. Okay, so we have the 1 tablespoon of light corn syrup, 2 tablespoons of the cherry juice. Remember, don't throw it away. Okay. You're going to use 1 teaspoon of the invertase. That's what it looks like. I got it on Amazon. It's expensive, yeah. So I paid about 20 bucks for this little bottle. It's a 4-ounce bottle. We're going to use 1 teaspoon of that. And a 1/2 teaspoon of almond extract. Oh my God, I love the smell of almonds. All right. Now we're going to let that mix up on medium high speed. It all blends up really well. It's okay if the butter starts separating a little bit. It does that. All right. Now while we're waiting, let's measure out, because these bags only came with 10-ounce bag. Oh, now it's saying something. Hold on a second. Oh, okay. Let me bring it a little bit closer. All right, just wanted to bring it close enough so hopefully I can read the comments. Well, hello, Amanda. Can you see everything okay? I can only go vertical again. All right, so as I was saying, can you comment on it, Amanda? All right, so this is a 10-ounce package of the dark chocolate, all right? I have a scale here. I'm going to measure it because we're going to need a pound of chocolate, all right? So we're going to open up this bag. And I'm going to measure out a pound. Okay? And there's my pound. Now let me get my bowl. And very important, whenever you do anything with chocolate, make sure you do not get even 1 drop of water in it. That's all right. So I have my pound of chocolate wafers. Now I'm just going to set it over here in my pan of water. I'll let that go for a few minutes, okay? It's on low, so that'll save a little time. All right. And you can put this a little bit higher. Give me a second. It's such a pretty color. But my sister Colleen just said she had to go somewhere, so she wasn't able to watch, but she's listening. And she's got my great niece Bella with her, who's only 7. And I gotta give a shout out to Bella. Hi Bella! Chef Bella! If you ever see on Facebook a little 7-year-old girl that says Chef Bella, well that's who I'm talking about. She loves to bake and learn anything she can in the kitchen. And my sister told me that she was watching my videos on her big screen TV, and that's the only thing she wants to watch now, is me. And I thought, oh my God, that is just precious. Okay. Let me just show you what this looks like. I'm not even going to touch that camera to mess it up. Can you see in there how it's all mixed in? Okay, now we're going to add 3 cups of powdered sugar. Confectionery sugar, people call it powdered sugar. Okay, now you're going to mix this up with a paddle just until it starts gathering up into a ball, like around the paddle. You'll know, and I'll also show you. Okay, but start off on low because you don't want the powdered sugar flying everywhere. Okay? Oh, hi, Colleen. Hello, Bella. Hello, Amanda. Okay, I'm excited. This is my first time doing a video where I'm actually seeing the comments and I don't feel like I'm talking to myself. All right, that's mixing up really good. I can turn up just a little bit more. But remember, the trick, no matter how tempting it is, especially if you're going to give them away for gifts, don't eat them. Let them do its thing. Time is what it needs. The longer it sets at room temperature in a covered container, the better they're going to be. And let that interface, that enzyme work to help the catalyst speed up that process of breaking down that sugar into the liquid. So you have your fructose and fructose, your liquid sugar. Okay? That's the trick to it. You got to be patient. All right, we're almost there. And don't forget to scrape down the sides of your bowl. And at the bottom is important too, besides the sides. Okay? All right. All right, that kind of goes. Let me just clean this up a little bit. One thing working with this, it's a little sticky. I'll take you over in a minute so you can see how the chocolate's doing. I'm going to bring you over with me to the stove for a minute. By that time, we'll come back, the fondant will be ready. Hold on. Okay, here we go on a little travel. Okay, I just wanted to show you. I just used a little small setup. Let's see. There, you can see that. See, I got a little pan that I'm using, a little bit of water, and then a little bowl. But it's not touching the water inside. All right. Now, there we go. That's a little better. Now, I'm going to try to put this out. Probably is my best bet to show you because I can't get no water in it. Can you see that? I'm going to give it a little stir. When it starts melting, it does not take long, okay? All right, see how that's going? See, it's getting there. See how smooth and it's getting? All right, let me put it back on. Just wanted to show you. All right, let's go back over. I will invest in something so I don't have to keep moving everything around. All right, is that good? Well, hello, everybody. I'm back. All right, this baby is ready. All right, so just take your spatula, clean off the paddle. Remove the paddle now. It's right off. Get the stand mixer out of the way. And there's your fondant. Isn't that a pretty color? Can you see that? Now, I like to use, don't need that anymore. Let me see, what did I do? Well, I guess I can use this one. I like my little red one. But you're going to use about a tablespoon. Give me a second. I like my red one. It's much faster. Okay, this is my little trusty one I use. I meant to say a teaspoon, okay? But anyway, just take a teaspoon, because remember, you're going to do 40 cherries. And this makes just enough fondant to cover them. All right, so there's 1 teaspoon. Just take it out, roll it in a little ball, and then you're going to flatten it into like a little disc, just like that. Okay, can you see that? Make it a little bigger if you want it to be on the safe side. Then you're going to take one of your cherries. You're going to put it right in the center. Okay, then you're going to take the edges and bring them up. So I can start showing you. Just bring them all up. Okay, what you're going to do is you're going to pinch it. The goal is you want to cover the entire cherry. Okay, and you don't want anything showing, because when that liquid starts producing, you don't want it leaking through. Okay, you see it's all covered. Now what you want to do is get rid of all the wrinkles and creases. So put it in the palm of your hand, take the other palm of your hand, and gently roll, just like that. Okay, doesn't take long. You can speed it up if you want. Get how smooth that is. All right, you want to get a big baking sheet, and you're going to want to set them on wax paper, because they're going to have to go. This is the only time now it goes into the refrigerator, because what you're going to do is, after you get them all done, the cherries all covered in the fondant, rolled out nice and smooth, and you put them on your wax lined baking pan, you put them in the refrigerator for a half an hour, because what you're doing is you're firming up that fondant, so you're able to put it into dip it into the chocolate. Okay, now like I said, that's the only time you're going to put it in the refrigerator. All right, so okay, there's one. Just set it right on there. Okay, I'll do another one. A teaspoon of fondant. Now don't go more than a teaspoon, because you want to have enough to cover all your cherries. Teaspoon is plenty. All right, again, just make a little circular disc. Take a cherry, put it in the center, and bring it up. Cover that whole entire cherry, pinch it closed. You don't want nothing leaking through. You know, and I always thought there was so much involved in this, but there isn't. You see how simple it is? You just got to be patient, that's all, and let it do its thing. Okay? Now, if you see a little piece like that, make sure you close it, all right? And give it another roll, nice and smooth. All right? You see that? So we're going to do 40 of them like this. And shall I keep going? I'll do a few more, and then I'll put these in the refrigerator. And that way I can show you how to dunk it in the chocolate, and I can finish these up later. Okay? Show you what they look like firm. My refrigerator is pretty cold, so hopefully it'll only take just a few minutes. I'll be right back. But see, these make great gifts, and it's very, very easy to do. And who doesn't like chocolate covered cherries? You know, you could even use white chocolate, and you can also color the white chocolate afterwards if you want to do something in colors, or maybe do these chocolate covered cherries and maybe put a little red or a little green on it, and pipe some colored chocolate over the tops to dress it up. But these are the milk chocolate ones. I want to bite into one so bad right now, but patience. Okay. All right. I'll go check on my chocolate. Okay. Remember, don't get a drop of water in it. And you just Keep stirring. It's plenty hot enough. So that little bit of chocolate in there will finish melting as you're stirring it. Okay? Let me show you what it's looking like. You see that? Because you want it nice and smooth. We'll give that fondant just a couple more minutes in the refrigerator because I just want to show you how to gunk them. Some people use candy making tools. Some of them have even things that are made just for melting chocolate, the little machines and stuff for the fondants and everything, but I don't have one of those. I just use the old-fashioned double boiler. Once in a while, I'll use the microwave, but look at how silky smooth that's getting. That. This is the dark chocolate. All right. That's all melted. Now remember, once you cover them in chocolate, leave them out at room temperature, and let them sit for, give them at least a good few weeks. That's why I'm making them now, because definitely by Christmas time they're going to be ready. And they're going to make some great gifts to your loved ones. And if you buy the cute containers, you know, it's an easy way of dressing them up. Just put them in those little mini cupcake liners. They have all different kinds of holiday ones and stuff, but I thought just plain white ones would look good against this chocolate. Does anybody have any questions? Yes, it is a pretty color. How am I doing? Okay? Can everybody see okay? Good time to ask that, huh? All right. Let me go check those few we got rolled up. All right, exactly 30 minutes though. They'll be perfectly firm, okay? But I just want to show you so you're not hanging out for. But see how it's getting harder? In 30 minutes they'll be perfect. They'll be nice and firm. And what I like to do is I just use a fork, okay? And after you dunk and dip it, you just want to tap against the side of your bowl and shake off all that excess chocolate. Then after you get that done, there's no more chocolate dripping off it. Then just take and slide the bottom of it, it's on the fork, against the top edge of your bowl. And that'll help clean off some more of the chocolate. Then you just set it onto your pan. And you usually need another little tool to help get it off the fork. You want to get it to the edge of the fork as much as you can. And I like to use this little, it's a little cake tester, like a little piece of wire. Because the less you touch it and poke at it, the prettier the outcome is. All right, these could be firmer, like I said, but I wanted to show you. All right, so let me take out this spatula, slide this over, get the fork, move the chocolate over so you can see. All right, so you just put your ball in. Now, before I do that, let me tell you, some people also leave the cherry stems on, and there was none at the store. It makes it a lot easier dipping with a cherry stem. Just hold on to the stem and dip it. But I don't know. I think they also look prettier without the stem, though, to be quite honest. You know? All right. So see how fast that was to dunk? Tap it up against the edge like that. See how the chocolate's coming right off it? Nice and easy. Get your little wire tool ready. Give it a slide. It'll shift to the end of the fork. And then just take very gently, slide it right off. See that? Let me show you. Can you see how nice? Whoops. Oh, the other one's rolling on it. See how nice that came out? All right, let's do another one. Throw it right in. Actually, I'll just throw the two in. Cover them both. And again, keep it as close to the edge of the fork as you can. Tap up against the edge so all that excess chocolate drips off. Then when you got that done, just scrape it against the top edge into the bowl and gently slide it off. Here, now let's get that other one. All right. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and finish making up the rest of these 37 to go. And this time I'll put those in the refrigerator for 30 minutes to firm up. But I just wanted to show you how you dunk it and everything. Okay? And there it is. So you can see. Okay? All right, everybody. I guess I'm going to go. All right. Well, I hope you all have a great day, and this gives you the incentive to make some homemade gifts for your loved ones and friends. You all take care, and God bless you. Bye-bye.